I think when I was younger, I was like, I need to be able to understand God in order to believe in Him. I think maturing is just realizing that, like, we don't understand God's goodness and we don't understand really what that looks like. And we just kind of have to just trust God and trust that He is good and what He says is good. So lately I've just been feeling like a lot of fear when I've been doing things. Like, generally just, I guess people would call it anxiety. Just kind of doing pretty much anything. And it's not like it's stopping me from doing things. Like, I still kind of just go and do things. But I think lately I've just been like afraid of, like, not even failing, but afraid of not being okay with myself, or afraid of letting myself down, or like doing something that I would not be okay with, that I would not be proud of. But it's almost like limited me from making decisions and from like taking risks. And I've started to get just like pretty comfortable. And I feel like it's just right now in the world, there's so much fear and so many like just crazy things going on with just like global war, and people are still like scared from the pandemic, and even though that was like forever ago. And obviously like there's riots and like protests and just a whole bunch of stuff, whether good or bad, that you can be anxious about. And even just like dating, I've been like, man, like I don't want to fail, so I almost like protect myself by like keeping myself sheltered. And not so that I'm not like trying to go on dates, but like unless it's like the perfect circumstance that I'm like, oh yeah, she's not the one for me, or like, oh, just not taking risks, you know. And I think a lot of that comes down to like just trusting God. And lately I've just been feeling like it's been hard to see the goodness in all this and everything that's going on right now, just with like all the crazy stuff, to see that like God is still good. But I was kind of just looking through Job today, and it's crazy. Like, Job goes through so much just crap that's so much worse than like what you or I have ever gone through. And he comes out of it like, I can't judge God. Like, I'm a speck and I don't understand God's goodness. And so I think that's actually helped me, being able to be like, you know what, I don't understand why God does things sometimes, and I don't understand like the way the world works and why there's just so much hurt and evil. But I think at the end of the day, it's like we have to be able to trust that God is good, because God is outside of like our realm of knowing. Like, it's like if you're a little kid and your dad is like pushing you to join a sport that you don't want to do, or like pushing you to like work out maybe for like middle school basketball or whatever. It's like you probably don't want to do it when he's pushing you to do that, because you're like, this sucks, this is not fun. But at the end of the day, it's like when you're older, you realize, you become smarter, and you're like, oh my gosh, that actually helped me so much, because I learned discipline. I learned, you know, how to work hard and how to maybe make varsity, and then that like led to other opportunities. And so I think it's kind of like we're just children who don't really understand God at the end of the day. And there's like two options. We can be fearful because there's always something to fear about. Like, we're never going to be in a situation where there's just not like something to be afraid of. Or we can just be like, I am trusting God despite like not understanding Him. Because I think when I was younger, I was like, I need to be able to understand God in order to believe in Him. But I mean, obviously there's a lot of things in this world that we have no idea how they work, and we still like believe in and trust them, like black holes, you know. It's like we know those are real, but we have no idea how they work. So yeah, I think maturing is just realizing that like we don't understand God's goodness, and we don't understand really what that looks like. and we just kind of have to just trust God and trust that He is good and what He says is good. And ultimately, I think the biggest thing is it's like the way that we are judging whether something's good or bad is based off of like these materialistic, like physical things, like obviously our lives, our jobs. But God doesn't see things that way. It's like so much bigger, and it's a level of like eternity that we'll probably never understand. And so we, like, again, like children, we just don't see the full picture. So that's my encouragement for today, for myself, and for y'all, is just like, just trust God, trust that He's going to work good through all of this, even if we don't understand it. This is a little test setup with the new camera setup. I am not actually driving, as you can see, but this is going to be the future setup, I think. Like and subscribe. Again, I'm going to start doing stuff like this more and more, probably. And maybe keep doing some fitness content too, if you guys want to see some of that. And that's it for today.